we are going to be looking at the order of operations. You always want to remember that when you are solving a math problem, always start by looking at your grouping symbols first. This will include such things as parentheses and brackets. Always do those first. Then you want to look at exponents. The third step is to focus on multiplication and division. And then finally, you're going to do addition and subtraction. But addition and subtraction should always be the last step unless they are surrounded by grouping symbols. So if we look here, we have 4 times 4 plus 3. Remember that step 3 says we have to do multiplication and division first. So we're going to do 4 times 4, which is 16. And then step 4 says do addition. So we add 3. And 16 plus 3 gives us 19. So 4 times 4 plus 3 is equal to 19. If we look here, we have 24 minus 8 divided by 2 plus 6. Well, step 1 says that we have to do all grouping symbols first. So that means we're going to start with our parentheses, where we're going to do 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 gives us 4, and that's going to give us 24 minus 4 plus 6. Then we move to step 4. Step 4 says do all addition and subtraction in the order in which they occur, working left to right. Meaning that we're going to start with 24 minus 4, which is 20. And then we're going to add 6. And 20 plus 6 gives us 26. So that means that 24 minus 8 divided by 2 plus 6 is equal to 26. So let's look at 3 plus 6 times 2 divided by 3. What do you think our first step would be here? That's correct. We're going to focus on 6 times 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. And then that gives us 3 plus 12 divided by 3. All right, what's our next step? Exactly. So we're going to do 12 divided by 3, which is going to give us 4. And then that leaves us with 3 plus 4. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So that tells me that 3 plus 6 times 2 divided by 3 is equal to 7. So let's look here. See if you can solve this one on your own. So pause your video. See if you can solve this on your own. Alright, so when we look at this one, what we have is we have performed all operations within grouping symbols, starting with the innermost. So what we're going to do is we're going to look here. Because we have parentheses, we know that 7 minus 7 is 0. And then we're also going to do our other grouping symbol, our other parentheses, 5 times 2, which is 10. And we're going to bring down the plus sign, and we're going to bring down the 15. So now we're left with 15 times 0 plus 10. Alright, so the next step says that we need to focus on multiplication and division. So that means we're going to do 15 times 0, which is 0. And then we're going to add 10 to it. So if we do 0 plus 10, this gives me 10. That means that 15 times 7 minus 7 plus 5 times 2 is equal to 10. So what I want you to do now is choose two of these problems below to solve. If you finish, go ahead and solve the other problems. If you get stuck, ask your teacher for help.